This chapter gives you an overview of the relevant aspects of debarment. This includes the purpose, reasons, and steps for debarment. A key individual has certain responsibilities regarding debarment. This chapter also looks at the record-keeping requirements with regard to the activities of representatives and key individuals, which also fall under the management of key individuals. The purpose of debarment is to prevent a representative in certain circumstances from rendering financial services to clients by removing him from the representative register. Debarment is a requirement of the FAYS Act, and Section 14 of the FAYS Act requires an FSP to ensure that a representative who is no longer fit and proper is prohibited by the FSP to provide any new financial services. The FSP must do this by withdrawing the authority of the representative to act for and on behalf of the FSP, and by removing the name of the representative from the representative register. The FSP must also take immediate steps to ensure that the debarment does not prejudice the interests of the clients of the representative, and ensure that unconcluded business of the representative is properly concluded. The reasons for debarment and debarment procedure. We know that a representative must be debarred when he does not meet the FAYS fit and proper requirements. In addition, the FSP may also use information regarding the conduct of a representative received from the Ombudsman for Financial Service Providers, the Registrar, and any other source. In certain instances, it will be necessary to follow internal disciplinary procedures. For instance, where a lack of honesty and integrity of the representative is cause for debarment. In such instances, the key individual must ensure that the correct procedures are followed in terms of labour law requirements before debarment is effected. It is important to also ensure that the relevant role players in the business are informed about the reasons why debarment would be considered, the process that would be followed in such instances, and any recourse a representative may have. It is the responsibility of the key individual to ensure that there are adequate systems and procedures in place to identify grounds for debarment, follow internal disciplinary procedures if required, and to effect debarment in respect of the representative register. It may be a condition of service that representatives and key individuals of representatives will be debarred in certain circumstances, and representatives should be made aware of these conditions. Once a representative and a key individual of the representative has been removed from the register, the registrar must be advised in writing of the removal within 15 days. The debarred representatives are then listed on a central register that is maintained by the registrar. Ramifications for the FSP if debarment is unfair. It follows that representatives should not be debarred unfairly, as they will have full legal recourse to the FSP. Let's look at a summary of the key individual's responsibilities with regard to debarment. Must refer to debarment as a consequence of non-compliance in contracts of employment and mandatory agreements. Must ensure that the FSP disciplinary code includes debarment-related offences and failure to comply with material requirements of the FAYS Act. Must ensure internal processes and procedures exist and are followed when representatives are debarred. Must ensure that all role players get adequate and relevant information on debarment of representatives. Must ensure that the representative register is amended as soon as the decision to debar is taken. Must ensure that the FAYS registrar is notified of the debarment in the prescribed reporting format. Must ensure that the necessary action is taken to assess the situation of the debarred representative's clients and take immediate action to preserve client's interest. Must check that the compliance officer performs monitoring procedures in respect of the cases where representatives have been debarred. The FAYS registrar can also debar a person, including a representative, in terms of Section 14A of the Act. The registrar can debar a person from providing financial services for a specific period of time if the person does not meet the fit and proper requirement of honesty and integrity, or if the person contravened or did not comply with a provision of the Act. The registrar may publish the debarment or the lifting of the debarment. By now it is clear that there should be adequate record keeping to keep track of the activities of representatives and key individuals in respect of meeting the fit and proper requirements. There are internal, operational and training requirements which representatives, and in fact everyone who has a role to play in a phase function, need to meet and be aware of. Remember, the key individual must ensure that the FSP has the operational capability to function as part of the management and oversight function of the key individual. There should be documented processes in place to record the training attended by representatives and key individuals, including training related to FICA requirements, the CPD hours and related activities, the compliance by representatives and key individuals with the applicable fit and proper requirements, such as qualifications, completion of regulatory examinations. The categories and products which representatives and key individuals are authorized to provide intermediary services for, all the information relating to services under supervision, such as the details of supervisors and supervisees, as well as the duration of the services. Initial and ongoing checks on the fitness and propriety of representatives and key individuals, such as honesty and integrity. Summary of the chapter. Debarment is a drastic action by an FSP and should be done with the necessary caution. FSPs may use information gathered from their own records as well as information obtained from third parties to debar representatives or key individuals. Key individuals must ensure that conditions of employment and similar agreements contain the fact that employees may be debarred for non-compliance with the phase fit and proper requirements. In order to ensure that all the applicable staff meet the fit and proper requirements, FSPs must keep adequate records of training and related activities. This includes records of initial and ongoing checks on the fitness and propriety of representatives and key individuals, such as honesty and integrity.